Las Vegas, Nevada. In November 1996, more than 200,000 people from around the world were drawn here to the site of Fall Comdex. Comdex is the world's largest and most significant computer trade show for the information technology industry. The show's theme was 25 years of industry achievement as Comdex celebrated the anniversary of the microprocessor. The show focused on the microprocessor's profound impact on the industry and our everyday lives. Appropriately, the week began with a keynote speech by Andrew S. Grove, President and Chief Executive Officer of Intel Corporation. Intel introduced the world's first microprocessor in 1971. Months of preparation came together to produce this multimedia look at the past, present, and future of the information revolution, which Dr. Grove calls a revolution in progress.
Isn't it something what 25 years in this industry does to you? Good morning and welcome to Comdex, and welcome to this talk here. I appreciate the chance to reminisce a little bit about the history of the microprocessor with you, and to venture out and try to give you a little bit of a glimpse of what might be in our collective futures. Before we set out on the journey ahead, I would like to take a look at where we are today. So I would like to demonstrate what can be done today and invite here John Williams, Director of Marketing of Starbucks Coffee Company.
Hi, Eddie.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
What is this?
What you're looking at is a prototype Starbucks store. And what I'd like to do is start at this station here and take a look at some of the technology that we are focused on for our partners, which is what we call our employees.
Go ahead.
Okay. One of the challenges we have as we grow is to manage our quality and also our company culture. And one way we want to look at this is deploying an intranet, which any partner can log into. One of our main challenges is training. We're growing very, very quickly. We currently have 20,000 partners.
I always wondered where they learned to make an espresso the same way every time.
Well, that's one of our challenges. It was easy when we had a few stores, and hands-on training is the best way to go. But we can put training online, and that's one of the areas we're exploring, is to use video running on a PC to do that.
Natalie will be showing you the steps to take when pulling each and every shot of espresso. Whenever you make an espresso, there are several factors which combine to produce a perfect shot.
I'm joining you live from Comdex in Las Vegas.
Starbucks founder Howard Schultz then demonstrated interactive online communications using Intel's ProShare presenter technology.
All of this has been achieved by the technology of putting lots of transistors on a tiny sliver of silicon. And as we look forward to the future, the question of what we will be able to do in the future also all depends on what we can do with that tiny sliver of silicon. In 1989, we thought that the microprocessor of the year 1996 would have 8 million transistors. It would operate at a frequency of 150 megahertz. It would perform at a rating of about 100 million instructions per second. And we would produce these transistors with a technology with a line width of 0.35 micron. Let's take a look at the actual performance in 1996 against this 1989 prediction.
Today's microprocessors have reached or surpassed earlier performance goals using considerably fewer transistors than originally predicted. Dr. Grove then described the microprocessor of the year 2011, predicting a chip that will contain 1 billion transistors, 435,000 times more than the original microprocessor. A frequency of 10 gigahertz, about 4 times the frequency of today's microwave oven. And performance in the range of 100,000 MIPS, or millions of instructions per second. Dr. Grove explained that the challenges to delivering this technology are to make the microprocessor still faster, smaller, and cheaper. To meet these challenges will require improvements in process technology, with reductions in gate oxide thickness, voltage, and line widths, and enhanced cost-effectiveness of high-volume manufacturing facilities.
So with that, let me go back to the real challenge of all of this, which is the challenge of filling those factories, which boils down, we have an economic mandate to grow the number of users that require a product, or else this magical circle, large investments in technology, large investments in capacity, all of that amortized over very large volumes, fueling more investments, that cranking this circle forward will break down. And creating these additional users and making our product compelling to them requires investment on our part. Simply put, we are in a war for consumer eyeballs. Consumers today have a choice of looking at television or interacting with their personal computer. We are making pretty good progress in this war because either in 1996 or in 1997 we will achieve a unit shipment crossover with television. Personal computers will exceed in terms of annualized shipment the television industry shipment. But what we are really after is the number of hours, number of leisure hours people have and people spend on television versus personal computers. That is the real parameter, and that is finite. Money, as you probably have discovered, doesn't buy you more time, arguably shrinks time. Whatever time there is, we have to go out after, and we have to go after with irresistible and compelling features in your personal computer. But before you do that, first we have to match what television can do, and I would like to demonstrate our progress on that one. This is Frank Martinez. Hi, Frank. Good to see you out of your deathbed. I'd like you to go show us the progress we have made with video on personal computers in the last 4 years.
Okay. In 1992, multimedia extensions were being added to the operating system. Single-speed CD-ROMs were in the mainstream, and the 486 was the volume desktop PC. Our video playback, software only, was postage stamp size with low-quality 8-bit mono, and we were getting about 12 frames per second.
Well, I've never seen clutter like this.
I don't think anybody has.
Bill, we're in the core.
Then what happened?
Well, moving on to 1994, by this time the PC industry supported multimedia specs. MPC-1 and MPC-2 were well established, and Pentium processor shipments were ramping up. Our video size for software-only playback increased to quarter screen, 320 by 240 pixels. We had 16-bit, 2-channel stereo audio, and our frame rate was 15 frames per second.
Well, I've never seen clutter like this.
I don't think anybody has.
We're in the core.
Okay, we got sisters.
Oh my God.
Now, Frank, this is representing a 486 technology. This is representing Pentium processor. What would happen to this video if we throw the best that we have at it?
Then we get broadcast quality MPEG-2 video. We get surround sound audio, so our audio increases, our video increases, but we need a faster processor to do that.
Well, I happen to have one here, so let's take a look at it.
What we have here is a P6 generation microprocessor with MMX technology on which we will perform software-only decode of broadcast quality MPEG-2 video and Dolby Digital AC3 surround audio, which is a very compute-intensive task on an enormous amount of data.
I've never seen flooded like this.
I don't think anybody has. Like,
Bill, we're in the core.
okay, we got sisters.
Oh my God. Yes? Julie, I can't talk to you right now.
We're running to the flanking line.
I realize that.
You can't attack this thing from the south. We're gonna get rolled.
Watch me.
Julie, I know you're upset. You just gotta breathe. We both just gotta breathe.
Cow.
I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
Another cow.
Actually, I think that was the same one.
And the only thing is, this is new technology and we're showing an old movie. Would be nice if you treated us to something a little more recent.
Well, I just happen to have here on DVD media, courtesy of Warner Home Video, a clip from the movie Space Jam, which was just released this past weekend.
Oh, look out for that first step, Doc. It's a real Lulu.
But the bunny.
You were expecting maybe the Easter Bunny?
You're a cartoon, you're not real.
Not real, eh? If I weren't real, could I do this?
What, I want to put this in context with you. When it comes to video, we are there, or we will be there, when this set of technologies gets introduced in the market. That only matches us to basically what a television can offer. We need to distinguish ourselves, and most importantly, it is clear from the behavior of the most advanced users, who are 10-year-old kids, is that they want, actually demand, more than that. They demand lifelike interactive experience. So to go beyond what you have seen before, we have to go interactive, have to go 3D, and have to give a lifelike characteristic. The TV cannot do that. The question is, can the PC do that? Let's take a look. Let me ask Annie Long to give us a demo of these technologies. Hi, Annie.
Hi, good morning, Andy. What we have here is a Pentium Pro processor-based system showing a 3D graphic scene of a village synthesized from a database provided by Evanston Sutherland Corporation. All of this is being rendered in real time, and we'll be showing it as I get this started, and showing rendering real time in software only. And I'm going to be pointing out a few things as we're going down the village so that we can use them for comparison later on, because we'll be showing the same scene as we progress to the next steps. So as we're going down the village, if you notice, just so you can take a note, there are not much bushes. There are grass on the side, but you don't see much bushes, if any, along the side of the road. And take a look at the quality of the church, and particularly that window right there.
And it's jerky too.
The scene was shown again, this time on an upgraded system featuring a soon-to-be-released 3D hardware accelerator card.
Let's take a look here. Before we get started, I just want to point out that this is an output from the next generation Evanston Sutherland image generator that's based upon Intel architecture. The configuration we're showing today is on 11 Pentium Pro processor systems, along with custom Evanston Sutherland ASICs, rendering pipeline ASICs. So let's take a look. As you notice, the church stained glass window. And take a look at the car here. The lighting.
Wonderful. Thanks, Annie. Visual computing will become part of the PC, just like multimedia has become, just like video has become. And furthermore, we as an industry have to work toward that image and determine that we are going to deliver that not as a specialty professional capability, but deliver it to PC users at PC price point. We did this with video, and it looked just as difficult and just as daunting 4 years ago when we were doing that little postage stamp. Did it in 4 years' time. We all prospered to a fair measure and enjoyed the benefits of that, as so did millions and millions of users. We can do it again. And as we do it again, keep in mind that we are going to see a transition of the entire PC industry from that has gone on from the ordinary character-based PC to the multimedia PC to the connected PC of today on toward the visual computing computer of the turn of the century. The key for us is to recognize that our business is not just about building and selling PCs. There is that old proverb or saying about the railroads, how the railroads didn't realize that they were in the transportation business. They thought of themselves as being the railroad business and watched as the trucking industry took all their customers and put them on the roads. In somewhat analogous fashion, we have to realize that the business we are in is the delivery of information and lifelike interactive experiences. That's our business. That's what we have to keep our eyes on as we move along. And we have something very, very important going for us. That's a personal computer. Personal computer is digital. It's always been digital. It is interactive. It is video today. It is communications today. And it is going to contain lifelike interactive experiences on top of it. That's what I hope we are going toward. And I'd like to add with a quote, coming appropriate enough perhaps from another century, from George Sand, the poet, "No one person makes a revolution by himself. And there are some revolutions which humanity accomplishes without quite knowing how, because it is everybody who takes them in hand. We are in this together. Together, in the last 25 years, we've created a gigantic industry, a phenomenal industry, a fast-moving, energetic, creative industry. And yet, or maybe exactly because of the nature of this industry, I want to remind you what Albert Hughes said at the end of the video segment. The best is yet to come. The revolution is going on. It is in progress. And I look forward to traveling it with many of you here in the years to come. Thank you very much.